Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Watch Out. I'm your host, Pizzulo, and this month we are actually going to be doing a little watch review on the new Citizen ProMaster Divers watch that has come out. The specific model of this watch is BJ8050-08E. It comes in two different colors. It comes with a black face and it comes with a navy blue face. Tonight, what I have with me tonight is the actual navy blue face model. So let's get right to it. First of all, if anybody know me, I'm not a huge fan of Citizen. They are a Japanese company. It's not one of my biggest and brightest watches I recommend people to buy. I am more of a Swiss snob, so I pretty much veer away from the Asian brands, although I have in the past had brands that I do enjoy, like Orient, and Citizen was never one of my favorites, and this one came in the mail for me to review it, and I do have to say it is quite a looker. One of the few, because I'm not a big fan of theirs because of the looks of their watches and quality-wise, although they do have a pretty decent reputation of making a good diver's watch. So let me show you the watch first off. This is actually a pretty nice looking diver's watch. It does have like a Cartier design to it. Okay, this is where I got it from, the model over here, and this is the one that came in the mail. So it does have a Cartier look to it. Let's get to the specifics of it, based on the fact that number one thing I do like about it, it is, as you can see on the watch hand right there, Eco Drive. So it is a solar diver's watch. This actually gives people a strict advantage for a couple of different reasons. Number one, if you're buying divers watches, a lot of diver watches, if they're Swiss made, are automatic. If you're going to go buy in the Japanese market, most of them are either going to be battery, and there are a few that will make them solar. Now, the advantage to solar, obviously, if you don't have a solar watch, is the fact that the sunlight powers the battery. It still does have a battery. Let's not get carried away and think that solar is this magical thing that just floats in thin air and will recharge itself to the end of time. That is not the case. It does have a battery. Every time the sunlight hits the battery, it does create a charge to the battery that will last between 10 and 15 years before you have to get it replaced. Even so, that's a dramatic upgrade from a regular battery watch. That would be a diver's watch that you would have to replace every 6 months to a year and a half. So that is number one. Not every dive watch, especially when you're going with a Citizen or any type of Asian-made model, is going to be a solar diver's watch. And you say, how good is the water resistance? Well, it's got a screw-down crown, as you can see right here. And it is good up to 300 meters water resistant. That's a decent diver's watch right there. Yes, you do have Rolex that'll go up to 1,000 meters. You have some like Oris that'll go up to 500. 300 is pretty much standard for diver's watches. I know my friend Jared on his channel as well will mention nobody's going to go down 300 meters. It's just not going to happen. The average Joe, unless you're a professional diver, is not even going to hit 300 meters, so you don't even have to worry about the water resistance here. And it's a really, really nice piece for what you're getting. The retail on this watch, now, like I said, most divers' watches get pretty expensive. If you're in the Swiss-made class, you're talking anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 on average, and they go up from there. When you get into the Japanese, you got two main brands that fight each other all the time, Seiko and Citizen. So these are basically the two, and Orient is the third that has come into the segment more recently, and they've gotten better and better. But the two big ones still is Citizen and Seiko, and they battle each other relentlessly. And Citizen, the things that they do have going for them is their technology. Citizen is a very, very large company. They have great technology in terms of the radio frequency controlled watches that they have that are solar powered as well, the atomic time watches, and now they've come out with this model for their dive class, which is the solar diver's watch. And as you can see, like I said, what I was expecting was a little different than what I got. I was expecting a much larger watch because it looked that way in the photos. It's not. It wears more like a 42 to 43 millimeter watch on the wrist. I'll show it to you on my wrist. Okay, because I don't have a huge wrist. I have about a 7.2 inch wrist. And this sucker wears very, very nicely on the wrist. And as you can see, it does come with a matching, whatever color you get, it will have the same color rubber strap. I'm not a huge fan of rubber straps. Over time, they do get brittle and they do crack. But the way this rubber strap is made, as you can see, I'm really twisting this sucker. This is not hard rubber. This is soft rubber. This is more like silicone. And it will take a lot more time for that to happen. So I do think that they do have an advantage there by using more like a silicone-like strap for their piece, because you want the longevity of the strap. You don't want to keep replacing it. It just becomes a pain in the butt. But like I said, let me get back to the pricing of it. The pricing of this anywhere between about $375 to $475 online. They are available on all the major retailers, especially for watch outlets such as Amazon, eBay, Joma Shop, World of Watches, etc. Everybody's got this piece. The blue may not be as readily available as the black because the black seems to be more popular in style. But as you can see, I'll show you the back of the watch as well. Okay, so you can see the Citizen marking on the back. Again, it's got the luminescence markers on the dial, okay, which obviously you would expect on the hour hand, on the minute hand, and the hour markers. So with the solar advantage to it is you're going to get this watch. You won't have to. The last thing you want to do with a diver's watch is break into it when you don't have to change the battery. So that, again, that to me is the biggest advantage. The second advantage of this piece is the actual look of it. I do like the look. It is a little thick. Again, it's a diver's piece. It's not automatic, but it is a diver's piece. So I can show you both sides of it. It is a little thick, but you're going to expect that from a diver's piece. You're going to have to, because you do have the unidirectional rotating bezel, okay, for this piece as well. So this does turn pretty nicely, pretty smoothly. And again, if you turn it, don't worry, it's not going to make it not water resistant anymore. So it does have that unidirectional bezel for your enjoyment as well. What else can I say about this? It does have the anti-reflective mineral crystal. I know some people are huge into that, especially divers when they're underwater. They don't want anything reflecting from the sun down through the water. To me, that's not the biggest deal. Whether it has it or doesn't have it, the coating, to me, that really doesn't make much of a difference. But some people like it, so I'm just letting you know what it has. But basically, you're going to have a lot of, the warranty with this piece, usually, I think from Citizen, let me just double check this, I think is 2 years with this piece, which is not bad. That's about the standard warranty in the industry if you buy a new watch. But for a diver's piece, Citizen is really good at, backing up their warranties. Usually if they give you a warranty time frame, it won't break during that warranty time frame. It'll break after it. So they're really good. Whatever, I know if you go through Joma Shop or if you go through World of Watches, they'll offer you extended warranties. My advice is if you do get this piece, take the extended warranty, especially on a diver's piece. A lot could go wrong, especially if there is a leak in the seal in the screw down crown. So you do have those things. Another thing I would say that may not be to its benefit, and this is just the watch design itself, is you do have the IP plating on every 10 minutes, okay? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This over time, the more you put it in the water, could start wearing off. It would just wear off to the silver sheen that is on the rest of the watch. But again, it's like an IP black marking that does come off eventually. So do keep that in mind, especially on the minute markers as well. These could come off over time the more you put it in use. I mean, like I said, what's nice about the size is you can wear it just as a diver's piece, or you could wear it as an everyday piece, because it is small enough too, and it does have that everyday rugged look too. Again, you can wear it in the pool, you can wear it in the shower, you can wear it underwater, go diving with it. That's the universal greatest part of these types of watches. So basically, guys, the Citizen ProMaster on my list from a 1 to 10. I'm going to start rating these watches from a 1 to 10. I would give it a solid 8. And that's pretty good for me for a Citizen. Again, the look, it's pretty comfortable on the wrist, the size, and the fact that it is solar does help. It's like the 4 top advantages of this piece. And the fact that it's decently priced, anywhere between, like I said, around that $350 to $450 mark. It's not going to break the bank. You're not going to have to be spending thousands of dollars for something. And like I said, if you buy them brand new, and if you don't like it, most sites will take it back within 30 days as long as it's not used. So really there's no risk for the reward you could get by liking this piece. The navy blue is dark. I will tell you that. It is not, like a blue. It is strictly navy. The watch band is more blue than the dial itself, I would say, but they match pretty close. So they did a pretty good job of matching that sucker right back up. But that's pretty much an overall quick little review. There isn't much to this watch outside of it just being a solar diver's watch. There's no chronograph. There's no, the way you function it is unlike any other thing. You unscrew it, you push it out once for your quick set date. It does have the date on it for a quick set date. Push it out twice for the time, and then put it back in there, and you're good to go. I mean, it's basic elementary stuff for this piece, but it was better than I was expecting in terms of looks and feel wise, and I would recommend it to somebody who does enjoy Citizen as one of their best looking models that they have on the market right now. Thanks guys again for joining me tonight. Next month we will have another episode for you. Not sure quite on what just yet. Please look for new episodes of It's About Time with me and Jared as well. Any new thoughts or models you would like me to review once I get them in, I will gladly do. Just please leave a comment on my page. Please like, subscribe, and watch out. We'll see you on the next episode. Have a good one.